At round 2 of the 2018 AMA Pro ATV Motocross Championship, the war on four wheels waged on at south of the border. Moto number 1 saw Ronnie Higgerson ride over Nick Janusa while chasing Parker Weeworka for a top 5. Wienen held on for the Moto 1 win. Moto 2, Jeffrey Rastrelli battled the series champion Joel Hendrick for the early lead. But in the back of the pack, former champion Chad Wienen was off to a bad start, fighting fiercely for position. Finally passed the number 665 of Ronnie Higgerson and with the number 15 of Nick Janusa. Then Wienen looks ahead, past the number 9 of Parker Weeworka to Jeffrey Rastrelli, making the pass on the final lap for second. At the checkers, Joel Hendrick took the Moto 2 and overall win. AMA Pro ATV Motocross is next from the underground.
Time for the third round of the 2018 ATV Motocross Championship, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing and presented by Cst Tires. Underground MX Park in Texas, very popular with the ATV set. Not only a great racetrack for four-wheelers and great fans, but a great cause too. This has been christened a memorial race to remember a lot of fallen riders who we have lost. Plus $50,000 raised for today's pro purse. See balloons being lifted into the air in honor of those fallen heroes. And then some fun with the band and the bull riding, some class acts to put that all together. As far as the racing, Thomas Brown, Ronnie Higgerson, Parker Weeworka, Zach Kesmark. Hey, Nick Janusa's crew working the number 15 over. That's the rookie Mickelson. Wes Lewis, number 79. 741 is Wesley Wolf. 209, Brent Music. 38 is Sammy Rowe. Dylan Tremelin on the 940, and the very distinctive 798 of Drake Colling. Here's Chad Wienen leading the series standings, trying to get his championship back, the one he lost last year.
All right, here round 3, Texas. Sun's out shining today. A little rainy yesterday, but Saturday it's blessing us with sunshine here. And I'm just I got a very small lead going into round 3, but we only got 3-point lead. But it's a long season. You got to take it race by race, and just every moto is going to be a little bit of a struggle at times, and you just got to be able to respond. And kind of had one of those the last moto we did at south of the border. Had to fight all the way through the pack, and I'm just taking it one moto at a time and try to limit my mistakes and just keep pushing forward. And today I try to nail 2 good starts on my Yamaha and just try to run this thing out front and hopefully get a good chunk of that $50,000 purse we have up today. So looking forward to that.
There's a guy who's determined to hold Wienen's charge back, Jeff Rastrelli, who led him down to the final lap of our last race. Rastrelli keeps getting better.
We're really looking forward to this race, considering it's a big money race for everybody. This pro class has a big payout coming, and we're all going to push a little extra hard for that extra cash. And the track's really awesome here, Underground MX. It's really big, really sandy, and a lot of big hits. So we're really looking forward to getting out here and getting this racing going.
Well, we're going to practice, by the way, it rained out, but we will have qualifying as the sun has come out today, and everyone will get their first look at the underground track. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Cst Tires, by Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com, and by Maxxis. Time for our Cst Tires Qualifiers. It's practice, but we'll have the transponders going, the perennial stopwatches, Thomas Brown and everyone getting set, and they'll put in their best lap, and the fastest time wins the ATVRiders.com Fast Qualifier Award. And all eyes usually on Joel Hendrick here in qualifying, because he's won a ton of those, and he won it at our last race. Let's see what Wienen can do. We've got big whoops and sand rollers. That always works out for the very tall, lanky number 44, the big man from Galena, Illinois. Rastrelli and Wienen often close to the racetrack, be it in practice or in the motos. The JB Racing Machine under Rastrelli. There's Thomas Brown. He is a Texas native. Man, a win today would be huge for T. Brown. Ronnie Higgerson launching it. Parker Weeworka doing the same. Here's Zach Kazmarek. Lift off. Hey, Nick Janusa. Big crash for him at our last race. Good to see him back. Hayden Mickelson out of Salisbury, North Carolina coming by. He's a rookie. Here's Wes Lewis through the whoops. Wesley Wolf. Brett Musick. Nice little rear brake tap from Sammy Rowe. And then Dylan Tremellin here at the 940, working his way through some of the tighter sections of the course. No matter what color you like, Drake Colling's got one for you. Love that look. Joel Hetrick, yep. ATVRiders.com fast qualifier. Wayne Rastrelli right behind him. No surprise there. So, can last year's champ indeed rip it up today? Got the win at our last race at South of the Border, but I don't think we've seen the true pace of him yet.
What's up, everyone? We're here at Underground MX at round 3 of the ATV Motocross Nationals. There's a big purse on the line this weekend. I think it's a $50,000 purse total, $2,500 per moto for the pros to win, $1,000 per hole shot. So everyone's going to be on their toes and be pushing the envelope this weekend for sure to get that money and get that win. For me, I need to stay consistent. I'm 3 points behind. We got 8 races left, including this one. So I just basically want to stay consistent, stay on the podium, and obviously gunning for that money this weekend and gunning for that red plate back. That I'm ready for it. We got the bike working awesome. Doug Roll, Jay Goebel with Elka suspension got that thing working today, and I got a good gap in qualifying, so it's good confidence for me, and we're ready to head into Moto 1 and battle it out.
Doug Roll, one of the all-time masters of chassis development of ATVs, be it in the desert, in the woods, or especially here in motocross. We'll see what setup he brings to the line for Hetrick next. ATV Motocross is brought to you by CST Tires, by Rocky Mountain, ATVMC.com, and by Maxxis. Line them up, time to go. Moto number 1, round 3 of the ATV Motocross Championship, presented by CST Tires. There's the Texan, Thomas Brown, Jeff Rastrelli getting ready. Rastrelli running our Rocky Mountain ATV MC helmet cam. 30-second card goes sideways, and we're underway. Good start by Jeffrey. He's got the inside, but he's going to get pinched off. Oh, almost coming together with Wienen. I told you these two find themselves very close to the racetrack quite often. Hetrick has what I believe will be the $1,000 hole shot award today. And there's a Yamaha lurking right behind. That's, I believe, Thomas Brown, so a good start for him. Brown normally has to work his way forward, so this could be interesting to have both he and Rastrelli there. Can they keep pace with this dynamic duo that has been dominating ATV Motocross the last couple of seasons? Hetrick and Wienen is a classic duel out front. Let's see if Rastrelli can keep the heat on. Wow, a look over, and Rastrelli sees Thomas Brown. You also see some water thrown down to the track early in this moto, and then some dust here in other spots. So it is going to be difficult to nail these conditions. Early laps, riders trying to figure out where is it slick, where is their grip. And yeah, that is Thomas Brown there putting the heat on Rastrelli, looking for inside lines. Some deep sand in these corners. Good drive by the Yamaha man. And let's see if Brown can lock this down through the rollers. He does. So the Texan trying to go to the front. Look at that spectator bridge. They are getting first-class treatment watching these two duel. Chad Wienen down to the inside. Can't make it happen, so it's the Rockford Fosgate Ty Lube Honda of Hetrick out front. The Wienen Motorsports ride. Yamaha in second. And they are starting to stretch it over this battle, Brown and Rastrelli. And you really get an idea of how rough this track is getting, especially those braking bumps into those sandy corners. Man, that is a lot of hang time on board with Ronnie Hickerson. Looks like Hetrick trying to slip away 2 laps earlier. Wienen was all over him looking for an opening. Hickerson doing a great job in 5th, keeping Brown and Rastrelli in sight, while Hetrick tries to get away. This is the performance that we've been waiting for. And Hetrick, he got that overall at South of the Border, but in the first moto, He was behind Wienen and couldn't get around. And then Wienen was able to pull away down the stretch in Moto 2. Wienen in a bad start. So Hedrick has not gotten that proverbial, what they would call the straight up win yet. So this would be a big one for him. But it's a big if also because Wienen not too far back, still lurking. So the battle continues. Hedrick and Wienen in a duel here in Texas. Not only a fight for the first moto win, but the points lead could change hands today if Hedrick has a good run. And further throughout the pack, the battles are really starting to heat up. So stay with us. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Cst Tires, by Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com, and by Maxxis. Joel Hedrick airing out his Honda, taking a big leap and continuing to pull away here at Underground MX. Chad Wienen lurking there in second. And this has been the theme of this series the last couple of years. Those two out front, everyone else having great battles behind them. Ronnie Higgerson, he just got zapped by Wesley Wolf. We saw that great battle with these two before we went to break. So Wesley Wolf making strides. Wolf does it all, races in the woods, races on the motocross tracks. Hey, Jeff Rastrelli is not letting Thomas Brown go in this battle for third. This is a good one. Oh, hard landing. Gotta be precise. This is a track that's pretty wide open, and it seems like if you just let it fly, it's going to pay off. But if you hit one of those landings wrong, or hit those ruts that you saw Hedrick have to tuck that machine into, well, it's going to be a lot slower. So sometimes it's good to be patient and precise. Here's Brown in third. Gapping Rastrelli just a bit. Oh, and Higgerson, Parker Wawerka sneaking it in there. Wawerka has stepped it up this year. He's had some good runs at these opening series rounds. Man, and it is going badly now for Higgerson, who had the good start. He just got passed by Janusa. So all three riders who were putting heat on got around him. But we have seen Ronnie put it up on the podium before, so kind of surprising. Rastrelli trying to keep Thomas Brown under pressure. Man, this is amazing. Jumping into these rollers, the speed they're carrying, this is impressive. 1 lap to go. See Hedrick's Honda folks on the side of the track. They've got to be happy. And I think Hedrick has learned through the years you have to be consistent through the early rounds. He normally does his best work at mid-season. Perhaps finding that mid-season form right now. And Rastrelli trying to chase down Thomas Brown for third. Hedrick taking a look, seeing how big of a lead he has amassed. It's pretty solid. Checkered flag is en route. Hedrick's got to clear this jump and handle these sand rollers one more time. Wienen wishes he was close enough to be able to challenge him to the finish. Not quite. Hedrick wins Moto 1 here in Texas. Talking to Rodney Tomlin up there on the podium. Not much time to get re-prepped and re-racked for Moto 2. Another Hedrick versus Wienen shootout. See the Baldwin Motorsports people talking to Rastrelli. Let's see what kind of start he can get. Bumping and banging. Can Rastrelli make it work around the outside? Well, he's able to hold off Wienen, but not Hedrick. Whoa, Thomas Brown almost went for a ride. Hard on the brakes. Now Wienen, he wants to clear Rastrelli early. He blitzed around the outside of that right-hander. Still going to try an outside line. Higgerson's buried in traffic right into the back of Brett Musick. And they're all tangled up. I think that was Mickelson who got caught as well. Wienen doing everything he can to make an early pass on Rastrelli, and he finally makes it stick. So Chad is fired up right now. Let's see if he can go after your leader. He was not able to do it in the first moto. You got a great seat for this fight on board with Rastrelli. And now Hedrick knows it's Chad Wienen behind him, and they're still tangled up. We will see what type of scenario these riders encounter when they get back to second or third turn where they're tangled up. On board with Rastrelli through the rollers. Where can Chad Wienen make a pass? He's going to try to show inside lines every time Hedrick is on the outside just to put some pressure on. And it looks like we have another Rastrelli versus Brown battle brewing for a third. We've seen a ton of these podium fights between these two the last couple of seasons, and that even includes a fight for a third overall in the championship at the end of the year. Oh, Rastrelli too close to the edge and could not clear the big jump. And that was a lot easier than Thomas Brown probably expected it to be. So maybe Rastrelli not quite as sharp in the early laps today as he normally is, and that has allowed Brown to slip by him in both races. And Parker Wawerka's right there. He's trying to get around Nick Janusa. Oh, but off to the side and down hard. Oh, Parker, that was a huge hit of the side of that massive jump. Hope he's okay. They're going to go check him out. Meanwhile, we're checking out this battle. Hedrick, Wienen, two duels. Rastrelli and Brown. Same thing again. Brown makes the quick pass on Rastrelli. Rastrelli then able to hold on to the rear grab bar and stay with him. Chad Wienen so aggressive in this moto. Look, he's still running different lines. Oh, a little mistake from Hedrick, and you can bet that Chad saw that and thinks there might be a little blood in the water, while Rastrelli trying to do the same to Brown, keep the heat on, press him into an error, and maybe get that third place position. Oh, that is Hedrick. Hedrick has stalled it on a berm. He's given up the lead. Things just changed in a hurry. Here in Texas, it's Chad Wienen back out front. We'll sort it out in a minute. ATV Motocross is brought to you by CST Tires, by Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com, and by Maxxis. Well, it's all changed here at Underground Motocross Park, round 3 of the AMA Pro Racing ATV National Motocross Championship. Chad Wienen, very aggressive early in this, kept the pressure on Joel Hedrick. Oh, we got a battle on our hands. Rastrelli is trying to get Brown back. This is now a fight for second because Hedrick stalled the machine while leading. Then you've got Wolf and Janusa, and there is Hedrick all the way back in 11th. Look, man, this doesn't just shake up today's overall. Oh, Sammy Rowe taking a tow. Apparently motor problems for him. As we watch Rastrelli continue to press Thomas Brown, this could be a huge damage, a big hole dug in the points for Hedrick. Wienen was able to salvage after a terrible start last week. He still got second in the moto. Now Hedrick in salvage mode after a crash, and these two, Brown and Rastrelli, still not done. 2 laps to go. This is just heart and desire right there. And Rastrelli is showing that he has it. Oh, Wes Lewis. Broken axle, and that'll make all those retro three-wheeler fans happy. So Hedrick now up to 7th, as you saw, time running out. But it looks like Chad Wienen's red number plate background for having the series lead is not going anywhere. And that has been the difference between these two the last couple of years. Last year, Hedrick, he made a few mistakes, but they weren't big ones. Today he's going to lose some points. Wienen not always the fastest, but never finishes off the podium. And we're going to find out. This should be a fantastic championship battle this year to see who delivers. You know Hedrick's going to get some wins. Can he use them to bounce back? Probably going to be outside the top 5 today in 6th. No, he's going to get a gift position because there is Brown. This track has claimed so many victims of big crashes. By the way, we hear Parker Wawerka, who went off the side of that jump, is actually okay, but a lot of mechanical problems. But it looks like Wienen's Yamaha is going to hold on, and he is going to win the overall and the moto here at Underground in Texas. And Rastrelli has rewarded a hard effort for second in the moto. Hedrick will still take second overall.
Man, that first moto we had a battle, and Joel and I just trying to move my way up front, and you know, he ended up edging me out at the first moto. Had a couple close calls, but man, that second moto we just came out of the start. We came out second or third, and man, I just tried to put my head down and pressure him as much as I could, and you know, Joel made a little mistake in right after the mechanics area, and I was able to take over the lead, and we had a pretty good gap already built up, and I just kind of cruised my Yamaha to the finish with the overall win today here in Texas. So really happy with it. Good points day, so we're going to try to push on to Indiana and try to get another one of these.
Made a little mistake, high-sided on a berm, actually same berm as I high-sided last year, and it bit me again, and I got 5th in that moto. Luckily, I salvaged the 2nd overall today. Got back up on the podium. Lost a few points though, which is gonna be hard to get back on them. So I got 3 races coming that I really enjoy, and I'm gonna push as hard as I can the next 3 weeks and try to get some 1-1s and get this points gap back down to where it should be.
I thought we were gonna get that 2nd overall today, getting around Thomas, but unfortunately Thomas had a mechanical there the last lap, so I ended up getting 3rd. But I'm happy with it. Being under the weather today was a little tough for me the first moto, but we really dug deep that 2nd moto, and I got Thomas and ended up finishing 2nd that moto, and it was what a relief to get on the podium again. After the first moto, I kind of struggling and not thinking I was going to get on the podium. But I stayed mentally strong and told my dad, on the gate that we're getting on that podium no matter what today. So here we are, and I'm super stoked to be here.
So good racing and some shakeups. Here's your Maxxis race recap. Hetrick gets the early lead on Wienen and was able to pull away a bit. Good battle for 3rd and 4th between Brown and Rastrelli. Quick pass by Parker Wawerka there. So I believe this first moto today was Hetrick's best performance of the young season, and he was trying to duplicate that in Moto 2. Very close off the start between he, Rastrelli, and Wienen. Wienen was clear Rastrelli. A couple riders got tangled. Here is Wawerka with a big crash. Luckily, he was okay. But Hetrick was holding Wienen at bay until there. You see, he stalled the machine, got it stuck on a berm. This left Rastrelli and Brown to battle for 2nd, while Hetrick tried to make up positions at points. And then Brown's machine breaks during that battle for 2nd. Rastrelli gets the runner-up spot, but no one could stop Chad Wienen. He's got the points lead, but Hetrick will be primed for revenge. Next, for everyone at Racer TV, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching.